Men, when was the last time you cried? I run a small photography studio, and we're always booked months in advance, so we don't accept walk-ins. We were extremely busy one night, but 10 minutes before closing, a mother walked in with a small girl behind her. She said, "Hey, I know you're about to close, but I have a special favor to ask." I was a little annoyed at first, but the little girl peeks around her mom's legs, and I was lost for words. She was extremely thin, with huge dark circles under her eyes. She didn't have any hair and a tube taped to her cheek. It is immediately clear this kid is very, very sick. Her mom, trying to keep it together, says, "My daughter saw one of your photos taped to the wall at the hospital. I know you're booked up for months," but she didn't even have to finish her sentence. I knew the next appointment probably wasn't possible for this little girl. I'm a pretty big guy, covered in tattoos and a beard, but I needed a minute before I spoke. I said, "Oh no, that's just for regular customers. I've been waiting all day to take a photo of someone as beautiful as you." That got her. She had a big smile now, and I locked the front door and spent the next 3 hours taking photos of this kid in every princess costume I had. She loved every second of it. When we were done, she curls up on the couch in my office and falls asleep while I loaded up the photos for her mom. I asked if she wanted any editing done, but she was adamant she wanted to leave them how they were. Apparently, the little girl had been worried she was no longer pretty. I told her mom I could have them in 2 days, and she took out her credit card. I told her absolutely not. She begged me to let her pay, but there was no way I was letting her do that. I sent the link 2 days later, but I heard nothing back. I could see she downloaded them and just hoped she loved her pictures. Almost 6 months later, I'm again closing up when a very familiar face pops up at my window. I let her in, and the girl goes, "I'm better. Look, I'm better." She had put on some weight and had some fuzz on the top of her head now. Her mom tried to force an envelope of money into my hands, but I refused. Eventually, she said, "At least let us take you to dinner then." I happily accepted. 7 years later, I still keep that picture of my sick, now stepdaughter sitting on a giant unicorn on the wall in our living room.